Caitlin Clark is undeniably the face of women's basketball. In fact, she has set several unbreakable records and spearheaded a feat that is known as the Caitlin Clark effect. Power of visualization. Caitlin has been manifesting a basketball career since the 3rd grade. She grew up playing sports with her 2 brothers and her cousins. That should hint at what type of family she comes from. Basketball specifically has been on her mind since the age of 9. During that time, Caitlin had a dream board that she made in elementary school of her life goals. These goals included earning a basketball scholarship and playing in the WNBA. Well, you can check those off. But in order to be great, you have to draw inspiration from other greats. Caitlin found her inspiration in Maya Moore of the Minnesota Lynx, who was the nearest WNBA team to her hometown. She even went the extra mile, traveling with her father for 3.5 hours to attend their games and witness Moore's excellent play firsthand. She gave everyone buckets. No one could bully her. The seminal moment that showed her family that she was destined for great things was when a boy tried to bully her on the court. She was 5 at the time and was playing in a boys' league in Waukee. The bully was frustrated because she was getting the best of him and began hacking her. This caused Caitlin to well up with tears out of frustration. But instead of letting the bully get to her, she got back on the court and went right at the guy and basically tackled him out of bounds and then stood over him, showing that she would not be pushed around. Her dad recognized her advanced skills early on and signed her up for boys' teams so she could continue to be challenged. She played on the boys' soccer and basketball teams longer than most teams remain co-ed and even won MVP one year. I think it was just super special in my development, and it was something that never fazed me. It was just like, I'm a girl. I can hold my own. This is not anything I've been afraid of. Caitlin is a moneymaker. She brings home more cash than any other women's college basketball player. In 2021, the NCAA enacted a rule allowing college players to make money from their name, image, and likeness. In other words, student athletes can now get paid. Her electrifying playing style has made her a fan favorite, so it's no wonder she has 1 million followers on Instagram. On top of that, she was able to throw out the first pitch for the Iowa club, the AAA, of whom she was a lifelong fan. She would even get her own bobblehead night a little while later. Her popularity also brought her to the Manning cast, which made her the first college athlete to appear on the broadcast, and she signed with Nike on October 10, 2022. A year later, on the very same day, she became a spokesperson for State Farm and was the first college athlete to sign with the company. She also has deals with Bose, Buick, Goldman Sachs, H&R Block, and Topps. Her deals total $3.1 million since January 2022. Now, this sum makes Clark the highest earning NCAA women's basketball player ever and the 4th highest earning college athlete. In February 2024, Clark became the top selling college athlete on the online sports merchandise retailer Fanatics, surpassing Colorado Buffaloes quarterback Shedeur Sanders. Her other dream: she could have gone pro in a different sport. Despite appearing to have a laser focus on hoops, she likes to unwind in the offseason and between games with things outside of basketball. She is an avid golfer, having played the sport since childhood. Given the high-pressure nature of her sport, it is no surprise that she turns to more meditative hobbies like baking brownies and working on her golf swing. She has been hitting the links since she was 6 years old. Caitlin likes that the golf course offers a place where she can do something that's active and outside, but also with the people that I love. The course is also a great place to strengthen her mental toughness, an essential muscle for any athlete. In fact, she played in the John Deere Classic Pro-Am at TPC Deer Run alongside professional golfers Zach Johnson and Ludwig Aberg. Must-watch TV. She broke records in her debut. About 2.1 million people tuned in to watch the Indiana Fever's Caitlin Clark make her WNBA debut. The game was the most watched game for the league since 2001, when 2.44 million people watched Cheryl Swoops and the Los Angeles Sparks played the Houston Comets on Memorial Day, and the most watched WNBA game on ESPN platforms ever. And the one other nationally televised game 464,000 people watched the defending champion Las Vegas Aces home opener against the Phoenix Mercury, in which Las Vegas won 89-80. Last year was the WNBA's most watched regular season in more than 2 decades, with viewership on networks like ABC, CBS, and ESPN and ESPN2 up 21% compared to the previous year, and games on ABC, ESPN, and CBS are averaging about 505,000 viewers according to the league. So it is safe to say that Caitlin will be breaking and setting records for a long time to come. Incredible college career. In her senior year, she did the unthinkable. Every college basically rolled out the red carpet for her, but she ended up staying home and choosing Iowa. She wanted to stay near her family so that they could come watch her play. She made her collegiate debut, recording 27 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. This high level of play would foreshadow things to come. She also became the first freshman to win the Don Staley Award, which honors the best Division I guard. She also set a program freshman record for points and assists and had the 4th highest scoring average in Iowa history. It was going to be hard to top what she did as a junior. Caitlin won all major National Player of the Year awards. The AP called Clark's junior season one of the greatest seasons by a player in NCAA history. But then in the final regular season game on March 3rd, Clark became the NCAA Division I all-time leading scorer among men's or women's players, eclipsing Pete Maravich. In her final year, she led her squad back to the NCAA Finals, and the matchup between the Hawkeyes and Huskies was the most-watched NCAA women's basketball game ever, with 14.2 million viewers on ESPN. And even peaking at 17 million viewers. It was also the highest audience for any basketball game on record at ESPN and the most watched college event ever on ESPN+, changing the WNBA landscape. She is even forcing other teams to evolve. The Las Vegas Aces, the wildly popular champions, are moving their July 2nd game against Clark's Fever from their home to a larger 18,000 capacity venue. You know you're the main event when you make the champs adjust to you. But the Aces weren't the only team that changed their ways for Caitlin. The Los Angeles Sparks originally planned to play their first 5 home games at Long Beach State due to renovations at their usual stadium. They moved a trio of contests, which includes a May 24th meeting with the Fever from the collegiate facility, back to the arena that they share with the NBA's Lakers. Everyone is trying to get in on the Caitlin Clark business. Caitlin Clark Effect. She has her own term named after her called the Caitlin Clark Effect. This started in her college years and refers to the drastic increase in game ticket sales and revenue for the University of Iowa and the other universities that she travels to. Her economic impact wasn't only limited to Iowa. Her influence helped sell out the Big Ten women's basketball tournament, more than doubling the attendance for the previous year. Iowa's away games averaged 13,000 fans, which is more than double the attendance for non-Iowa games at the same universities. Now the same thing is happening in the WNBA. The Indiana Fever has seen dramatic increases in ticket sales and prices since Clark's announcement. The average price of a ticket to a Fever game is now $144, which is up 133% from last year. The get-in price for the Fever's home opener against the New York Liberty on May 16th was $487. Additionally, tickets for the draft in Brooklyn, New York sold out within 15 minutes, according to the WNBA. She has also changed the WNBA as a whole. Before this season, WNBA teams flew commercial and could only charter flights in limited circumstances. Last season, they could charter during the playoffs for back-to-back games requiring air travel and for the Commissioner's Cup. But now, teams will be flying chartered planes, and it is all thanks to Caitlin Clark.